Hello everyone, welcome again to Systems Within Systems. Today we're going to be talking about targeting and range, how to keep where you want to hit, where you want to go. I've been in a lot of fights on the street, as I've seen many people when their adrenaline is going, when they're nervous, when things are happening, they tend to miss where they're aiming. It's very important that you go where you want to go. And we're going to develop ways or show you ways to actually how to practice that. Some of the ways at home you can actually do that is by drawing some dots on a wall, practicing with a little board. My favorite is a tennis ball, where I'll take a tennis ball and I'll put it in a rag, I'll tie a string around it, I'll loop it over on a little pulley. I can do different ranges and I move to the ball, right? And it's just floating there. You can actually hang 2 or 3 if you like, depending on what you want to do. 1 is plenty. Now targeting also deals with how and where you're hitting with your hand. So it's not simply just throwing your fist out and going somewhere or open hand. It's where you want to hit. So you have to know in your mind, I'm going to be chopping to the neck, where I'm connecting here, not just where I'm connecting with the neck. If I'm throwing a fist, where I'm connecting here, this is where I want to connect, the spot I want to hit with, not just on the knuckle. So targeting and learning how to target and try to bring power into that punch or into that chop is where we're going to be talking about as well in some future videos. But right now, going to where you want to go and how to practice that. So if I'm throwing a punch, the punch is going here, practicing it, seeing where it's at, and pulling it back. That's one of the methods that we're going to be doing. Okay, now to demonstrate this, I'm going to call out instructor Ben Brown. Ben? Now, we talk about targeting, and we talk about the movement in the last class when we talked about this motion. So if I'm far away, I could still move in close if I'm here to here. So you don't lean in, and you're still working with the T's. So as I line up my position to Ben, if I'm lining up this side, then I'm facing equally. If I line up this side, then I'm covering a little bit better, because now we're not challenging each other directly. Going for the T as I practice targeting, as far as when we're targeting with the tennis ball or with inanimate objects, it's very, very cool. It's great to have somebody standing in front of you. Your mother's in there washing the dishes, call your mom over and have her stand in front of you, something like that there. Watch out for moms though, they can be dangerous. So if Ben is standing and I want to hit to this point, say I want to hit above his eye. As I'm coming to it, instead of just throwing, right? Throwing. Now I know I'm hitting there, but now to practice it, you want to place your punch, and you also want to concentrate on what part of your hand you're hitting with, whether it's open or closed. So we're going to do the closed fist now. From here, I'm going to move slowly to it. I'm going to hit here. Now you see, I'm hitting right here, okay? So I know that as I'm coming to, this is where I want to hit. At this point here, I come back, and that's how you learn to target. And now if I want to target here, I'm going to target with a straight fist. I'm going to turn my body, come in, come down, I'm targeting here, and I'm hitting here. I'm going to target and then come back. So as I'm practicing my targeting, I'm coming here, back, here, back, here, back. If I do chops, here, back, here, back, here, back. So I'm going to be placing where I want to go. We use a lot of the hand movement. Cover, I'm going to come here, here, out, here, and back, right? Here, back, here, back, here, back. Then I can just move to where I want to go as I get better with my hands and understanding where it's going. This also gets into how you start to develop power into your punches, where I'll bring in the energy walls, how to hit cotton over steel. Again, T, if I'm standing this way, targeting here. Now see where his hand is? I may just target right to this, so it's going to push it right into his throat, to his own face. So I'm going to come in here and hit, or I'm going to come in open and hit. So I'll practice coming here, back, here, back. Turning, like instead of reaching this way, I'm going to turn here, back, here, back, here, back. Again, if I'm hitting low, I'm not doing this or doing this. I'm targeting from here, here, back, here, back. If I feel my range is off, remember this movement, right? This whole motion and movement, here, back. I could be back here, move, and hit, right? See how that works? It looks like I'm far away, but I make a little move, boom, I'm back. Here, back, okay?
Now we're going to go over a few of the finer points that SIfu was talking about targeting. I'm going to go over placement, and to do that, I'm going to call Vikram, another one of the Systems Within Systems instructors, out to help me. So he's going to come out here, battle my partner, because it's nice. He's going to take his position. So SIfu was talking about going from a small target to another small target. For the sake of ease, I'm going to use Vikram's buttons so you can all see them. One of the first strikes SIfu did was right in the middle of the middle finger between both of the knuckles, and it just came out very direct and it placed on the button. So the emphasis on the punch, as far as the way we generate power, is not from the forward motion of the punch. So I don't have to worry about throwing. It's about placement. It's more important that I take the target of my finger and the target of his body and they connect. Because from here, I compress and do that back motion that SIfu was demonstrating when he talked about with the tennis ball. So that's the root of the percussion hitting. If you start taking different hand formations, so if I make a phoenix eye, which is one knuckle out there, it's more important, and I don't have to hit with this. I can target different spots on the phoenix eye. So I can still do it from the middle of the knuckle from the phoenix eye. I may not want to do that. This is particularly designed for soft targets. So if I do take that knuckle, it's important to get that knuckle and still focus on the back motion. So if I do a leopard paw, it's the same thing. It's about how you design it. So the other important part about placement is it doesn't have to be so direct. All the things I've been throwing up till now have been very straight and come back the same way. But I can start designing them. It doesn't have to be quite so linear. I can add circles to it and maybe some other abstract motion. So if I come up here with I'm going back to the straight fist, target with the same area, I don't have to come directly in. I can come up and down and make it more of a dive punch. I'm still going to the same target with the same target on my hand. So it's about how I draw the line from here to here. I can draw it very straight, I can draw it circle, or if Vikram's standing in a position where he's covered up, I could even do it what we call a loop punch. So if he's coming in here, this hand will do a sort of corkscrew motion. And I'm going exactly where I want to go. And from here, the punch still does the same thing. It comes in and comes back. So with that design, you have an incredible amount of variation in between your hits. And you don't have to have quite so much emphasis on the forward motion. So let me talk about that really quickly. Speed is still important. I don't want to try to punch him like this in an actual fight. I still want to get to there as quickly as I can. And I may be a little off, but as long as I'm within that target range, it's okay. So speed is important, but I don't want it to overshadow or diminish the importance of the actual placement. So targeting and speed work together.
Okay, everyone, thanks for watching. If you liked us, please give us the thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe.
If you'd like to see more, you can come check out the website, the Facebook page, or the podcast. You can find all the links in the description below.
If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. We look forward to hearing from you.
Thanks for watching again.